Bougiewild, 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 Bougiewild. I said the universe gave it to me. I said the universe gave it to me. Bougiewild, 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 Bougiewild. I said the universe gave it to me. I said the universe gave it to me. Bougiewild can't be boxed. I'm free to be me. I'm living life, creating legacy. I'm living my dream. They call me extra. They say I'm doing too much. I'm just bougie wild. Cause I'm classy with some style. Bougie wild, 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 bougie wild. I said the universe gave it to me. I said the universe gave it to me. Bougie wild, 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 bougie wild. I said the universe gave it to me. I said the universe gave it to me. I'm rocking my own label. I'm wearing my own brand. See, y'all don't understand this. Hi, you guys. This is your girl Bougiewild, and I'm coming to you live in full effect with another episode of Transparent Table Talk. Transparent Table Talk is a platform where people are willing to speak about their personal life from a humble, transparent, and vulnerable place. The purpose of the show is to bring awareness to topics society does not discuss that have people suffering in silence due to shame or blame. The vision is to create a place for people to have conversations without fear of judgment. The reason this show was created because these are conversations that I wish someone would have had with me. And the goal is to inspire people and to empower them to make a choice to live a happy life. The mission is to heal this hurt world by showing people that we all go through the same things and that we have a choice to be reborn and live in the spirit. Hi. Let's introduce tonight's guest. Alara Sage works with ambitious female leaders and professionals who are highly successful but feel unfulfilled and lonely in love, life, and relationships. She helped them reawaken their sexual power as a woman so that they can magnetize deep, intimate connections, pleasure, and wealth without sacrifice. Alara Sage is an intuitively gifted mentor, teacher, and healer who coaches I got that wrong, proactively and soulfully. She has over 15 years of experience helping others reignite and transform their own life. Let's welcome Alara to Transparent Table Talk.
Yay! Thank you for
Hey.
having me.
Thank you for being here. Okay. The thing about Transparent Table Talk, you guys, is the guests choose the name of the episode. And to be honest, I don't know anything about it until the time there is an assistant that helps me with the show. So when I see the titles, it's new for me. I like having authentic, raw conversations. And I'm going to allow Alara to introduce tonight's episode.
Yes. So being non-orgasmic, I feel like this is definitely something, per the purpose of this show is something that perhaps we don't talk about in our society.
Yes.
And, something that is perceived as shameful, or let's not talk about it, let's hide it. And it's really important, in my opinion, in my perspective, we are here to live a highly pleasurable and orgasmic life, both in sexual experiences and out of them, just in life in general.
I agree. So tell us about being non-orgasmic in your life experience.
Yeah, so, I was super sexual as a young woman, as a teenager, even younger than that. I had a high sexual energy. And as I started to engage sexually,
Mm-hmm.
I was really like, was that it? Like that's what it was?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't orgasm and it
Mm-hmm.
didn't actually even feel good.
Wow.
Uh and this went on and on and on and on for the vast majority of my life. I'm now, what am I, 42? And it probably changed when I was like 35. So
Mm-hmm.
that's a lot of years of having sex that wasn't even just not orgasmic. It actually like wasn't pleasurable. So it was like really
Wow.
confusing to me because like
Mm-hmm.
I really wanted it. I desired it. I was sexually aroused and but then when I would engage in it, it was like, huh, this is not what I want it to be. This is not how I would presume that it would feel.
Wow.
And other parts of my life were also a reflection of this, like things that I enjoyed doing weren't really all that enjoyable. Even like the things that I would say, oh, if I could write a list of the things that I enjoyed, they didn't really bring me a lot of joy. They weren't really that pleasurable either.
Wow. Wow. So you, like you said, you experienced this for years, and did you ever talk to anyone about it?
No, I honestly just didn't even realize. I just didn't know what it was, and I think there was shame there, and I think there was just a real just confusion.
Wow. I'm sitting over here as a lady learning about this for the first time, that this can actually occur in us, that we can not experience an orgasm. Wow. Like, wow. So I'm gonna allow you to tell me, when did you realize that I'm different? Something is going on. Like, what made you realize I'm not having an orgasm?
Well, I mean, definitely in my, I would say even in my teens, I knew I wasn't orgasming. Like I would hear people talk about it and I was not experiencing that. So
Oh.
I knew
Oh,
I
so you
was
knew,
not.
you just didn't tell nobody.
Yeah, I just didn't understand it. I mean, I probably talked to my friends about it,
Right.
but nobody could be like, "Oh, well, let me help you with that," you know?
Right.
So like I didn't. I was just like, I guess this is just how it is for me. I just
So
thought that's
did
how it was, for
I
me.
hear you. Oh, so did you ever go to the doctor about it? I'm trying to understand, when did you start feeling comfortable to talk about it, or to be open about it? Like,
I didn't really. No, I didn't talk to any doctors about it or anything. It was through my spiritual awakening that I had what was called a Kundalini awakening, which is Kundalini is our inner healing energy. And I had a
mm-hmm,
spontaneous awakening, which I didn't even know what Kundalini was at the time. I was actually driving my car and I got told by my guides to Om, the Om.
mm-hmm.
So I did. I ohmed 3 times, and on the 3rd ohm, this energy shot through my body, and I went into full body orgasm.
Wow, wow.
Yeah, and I had to pull the car over because my whole body was in orgasm, and, at this point, I had orgasmed a couple of times in my life,
Mm-hmm.
but I had to really focus, and it was like this chore kind of. It didn't come easy to me. I had to really focus and it didn't really happen very often. So
Mm-hmm.
it hadn't been that I had never orgasmed. It just wasn't something that happened.
Wow, wow. So, when you first experienced your first orgasm, how could you, like, describe it? Like, I mean, I guess I'm just gonna be honest. This is
Yeah.
transparent table talk. I'm speechless because I'm
Mhm.
45 years old, and to be told that we could possibly not experience an orgasm, I'm like, what? This is possible? Like,
Mhm.
I didn't know. So I would like for you to educate me on, did you go to the doctor? Did they say that? I
Nope.
mean, what's going on? How could this possibly be? Kind of educate us at this point.
Yeah, so after the spiritual awakening, after the Kundalini awakening, I mean, that was a big deal for me because it was like, wow, that is possible. Like my body can actually do that because not only did I have a full body orgasm, but I was in cloud nine for the rest of the day. I was on a very, very high bliss. And
Mhm.
so then after that, things started to open up for me in my body. And what, I'm a healer, and so in meditation and I would be healing my body, I found a lot of shame in my sexual organs. There was a lot of shame, there was a lot of emotion, there were a lot of energies that I wasn't even aware existed in my body. So
Mm.
it was through my awareness and my ability to heal that I started to really come in connection with why this was the case for me.
You know, we talk about everything, and I just be very transparent. Everything I don't be ready for. So this, I mean, I am totally just your audience right now trying to learn about this. And then what did you call your awakening? What was the name of it?
It's called Kundalini.
So tell me about Kundalini.
Yeah, so Kundalini is the primordial femme energy. It's taught in Tantra. Like Tantra is rooted in the teaching of Kundalini. And Kundalini is an energy, again, that exists in all of our bodies, even men, because both men and women have both masculine and feminine energies. And it sits right above our perineum inside of our body. And it's a healing energy. The Kundalini is the snakes going over the cross that we have for our medical system.
Hmm.
That is actually originally a Kundalini symbol. And so
Hmm.
it's an internal healing energy. It's literally creative life force energy. And what happens, the path of Tantra, and I didn't know this, I wasn't studying this when this happened to me, it was spontaneous. The path of Tantra is that energy moves all the way up and out of your body and out of your crown, and you have a spiritual awakening. You have a union of consciousness. And so that's what I experience. But as it moves through your body, it is a healing energy. So it heals your organs, it heals your chakras and your meridian centers. It's a very, very powerful energy.
So you say you wasn't even studying it; it just happened.
Yeah, I didn't actually know what happened to me when it happened.
Hmm.
I obviously I was like, wow, that was a full body orgasm. Because I knew what orgasm felt like. Like I said, I'd had a couple of them, but it had always been centrally located, and this was it throughout my whole body. Um, and then I still didn't know what happened to me, and I actually went for the next 6 months. I went through quite a what would be the word, like chaotic time period. Where my emotions were all over the place. One minute I was happy, the next minute I was angry, the next minute I was scared. And what had happened was when that energy moves through your body, it really releases energies that you have pushed down, trauma, emotion, pain that you haven't processed properly. And, as humans, we actually don't know how to process trauma. We haven't been taught how to process trauma. We haven't been taught how to process emotion. So I pushed a lot of these energies down and they came like roaring out of my space. And so it took about 5 or 6 months. And then it kind of all began to kind of come back into equilibrium. And then, as it happens for me, this book came into my space, totally just kind of dropped into my space, and it was called
Hmm.
Kundalini Awakening. And the one of the chapters, it it nailed it to the T what happened to me.
And that was my next question was how did you become aware of the Kundalini awakening? And it sounds like something I want to read because I've had my awakening, but I haven't had that experience. Mine was just like my eyes opened, the veil was pulled
Mhm.
back, and I woke up and I realized the conditioning that was done
Mhm.
in my life, in which, like you said, the trauma, the conditioning based on the environment, my experience, and my exposure, in which my mindset was developed. That was more so what my awakening was like. And it was just like a video that played back, this is why you did what you did, instead of being aware that you have the power in you, through you, as you, to create the life you want. So I'm definitely interested in reading this information. So if you would please send that to me after the show, that would be greatly appreciated. Okay.
I'll have to look for it. I don't even remember. It was called Kundalini Awakening. That's all I
That's,
remember.
I mean, that's the reason why I love talking to people from everywhere. That's the reason why Transparent Table Talk was created, is because we do need to have these type of conversations so that we can be aware, and for other people that may be going through the same things, that they will be able to relate, instead of suffering in silence, feeling like shame and not knowing how to deal with, or how to understand what they're going through. And so that's powerful. That's powerful. Okay, so Alara, what conversation would you have with someone that may be experiencing what you've gone through? What is that conversation that you would share with that person, if you could talk to you, that someone that's experiencing what you've been through?
Yeah, I mean, definitely, the capacity that we have, and this is really to everybody, because even for those who have had orgasm, is that we can literally find so much pleasure and orgasm every single moment. I am now a highly orgasmic being in all moments. Like, I orgasm, full body orgasm, nothing to do with sex. And so I would tell them, first and foremost, what's possible. What's possible is that we are here to live a highly pleasurable, highly ecstatic life. And just as you said, we don't have to choose that conditioning. We don't have to choose what we've been taught. We don't have to choose our trauma. We don't have to choose all those things. We can learn how to restructure ourselves to really experience a radically different circumstance. I was taught through my spiritual journey how to transform discomfort, pain in any moment into orgasm. And that's possible for anybody. That's not just my gift.
And when you say orgasm, I relate to that. Is it's like when I'm living in my truth, when I am aligned with the spirit that's in me, and I speak of the little voice that nobody hears, that nobody talks about, when I accomplish those things that I said I was going to do, and hold myself accountable, and I'm operating in my highest frequency, I can relate that to an orgasm, because it's a great feeling. It's you being aligned. It's me being aligned with um the inner energy. I'm at my heightened energy. It's a euphoric feeling. Just like every morning I get up and I go to the gym. People say, how do you do it? Because it's holding myself accountable. It's operating in that highest frequency, to where I am not at war with myself. What I've come to learn is the biggest thing is being true to self. In addition, Transparent Table Talk is bringing aware people on this platform. It seems like, regardless whatever the name of the episode is, that's the common thing I'm hearing with everybody, is that the awakening, the realizing we don't have to be conditioned. And that is the conversation that we're not having, that Transparent Table Talk is having. That is the conversation that's got people suffering in silence, and we're not talking about, is the fact that we are conditioned based on our experience, our environment, our family, the religion we were taught, everything. We had no choice as a child. And people are now, it's like we're now in an era where people are realizing, you know what? I don't have to live under those terms. I have power in my choice that's in me to do what I want to do. Because what we're not discussing is that, and this is a very fragile topic, but it is true. Our suicide rate is so high because people are not looking at, it's hard for people to be their authentic true self. It's hard for people to wake up from that conditional, or even acknowledging their truth that I don't want to live in this social norm or this cultural norm, that this conditioning got me living in a box. You know, that's what the whole Bougiewild brand is. Don't let nobody put you in the box. Be free. And if you go back and watch my episodes, I'm telling you, no matter what the name of the episode, it's like we're having this same conversation across the globe.
I really think that's what you're creating here. I that's what drew me here was the
Yeah.
name, and I could feel your intention, and
Right.
that you're creating this open conversation, this space for us to continue to evolve through these conversations and these
Right.
discussions.
Right. And it's needed because we are all just beings. We're humans. We're spiritual beings having a human experience, pretty much. And it's this energy. And at the end of the day, like I tell people, what is this? This is nothing. What it is what makes my mouth move, what makes my hand move. Why? How am I blinking my eyes? So people be like, how you keep your energy? That's all I am. And I am on this journey of meeting as many people. I travel a lot. I am like, that's what it's about. Meeting as many people, having as many conversations, and sharing my awakening to realize that it is about relationships. It is about the relationship starting with yourself and being true to who we are unapologetically, So
Yes, yes,
yeah,
yes,
it
yes.
is. It's it's a shift. It is happening, and we are realizing that we're nothing but energy. So, Alara, you've answered the conversation. I mean that you wish you could have somebody. What is that conversation like growing up? Now we are adults. What is that conversation that you wish someone would have sat down and had with you, like as a child, about life, like that you could have with a young adult, or that you could share based on your life experiences, not telling somebody what to do, but hey, this is my experience, that you could share that wisdom.
Yeah, I would definitely say that through this process with myself, the biggest thing has been self-trust, learning to hear that intuition.
Hmm.
I oftentimes my clients when they come to me, they say, "Oh, I want clear intuition. I don't have clear intuition." You know what? It's not true. As soon as I start working with them, I'm pointing to them all the places that their intuition is spot fucking on. Spot
Hmm. Right.
on. But what they're doing is they're not trusting. So the intuition is there. They get the messages, they get the feeling. Everybody's
Right.
different how they get there. But it's
Right.
that like trust. I would tell my younger self or a younger person, when you get those messages, at first I would help them to realize what that message feels like or sounds like or how they receive it. And then put all of your trust in that, my love, not in other people, not in what this person says you should do or who you should be. You put your trust into you and those
Mhm.
messages and what you feel in your being and in your body that tells you that
Yes.
this is who you are.
Right, right. And I'm in tune with the Holy Spirit that's in me. It's the spirit that's in us. And deal with it, and I look at it. I said, if it brings me love, joy, peace, and laughter, my
Mhm.
spirit is aligned. It's calm. It's it's love, joy, peace, and laughter. But if it starts out with fear, doubt, and
Mhm.
insecurity and bring me chaos, discord, conflict, irritation, aggravation, frustration, jealousy, envy, condemnation, that's how I distinguish it.
Yes.
And
Mhm.
that's what I share with people, because I too, Alara, what I discovered is we're nothing but balls of energy. I am so in tune with it. I could walk in a room, if I feel energy. I am in tune with myself that much, to where there's a lady that we all be in the same social circle, and I know that lady does not like me. And so I pull back from her. I don't, if I see her, I wave, but looking up in her face. Hey, girl, how you? She don't like me because I'm extra. I'm the one be doing too much, and I realize everybody is not gonna be okay. They're fine with that. Like I said,
Mhm.
I've been through the people pleasing, I've been through
Mhm.
the competition, the condemnation, and I'm now at that place to operate in the highest frequency, and that is love, joy, peace, and laughter. And the hardest thing I ever had to do was work on myself, and I'm sharing that with people because it's easy to point the finger at somebody else instead of operating in doing what you got to do for yourself. Like I wake up in the morning, I got my bottle of water by the bed. When I hit the floor, when I wash my face, look, I'm going to the gym. And this, I gotta tell people, this is a fight. This is me conditioning myself in on a daily level to operate in my highest frequency. So I get it. We're all energy. We are all energy. And I thank you so much today for coming. If you would please tell people how to reach you on your platform, it would be awesome.
Yeah, so they can reach me at alarasage.com. And I'm on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and YouTube, Alara Sage. So pretty easy to find me.
Awesome. But thank you so much for coming to Transparent Table Talk and having this conversation, because the things we are talking about on Transparent Table Talk is helping people in our society realize that you don't have to fit in a box. You can be free to be yourself. You can have these conversations because the reality is we're all experiencing same or similar situations in which conversations help us be free and to where you don't have to suffer in silence. I'm your host, Bougiewild. Thank you again, Alara, for being a guest on Transparent Table Talk. And you have a wonderful evening.
Thank you.
I'm free to be me, it's what you see in my energy. I'm real with myself, I don't conform to society. I'm free to be me, it's the only way for me.